How would you like a super fun way to get listings and at the same time do something really generous for your community? What is to beat about that combination? And then throw on top of that you don't have to pay for any listings. I mean, so you're doing something for your community, it's really fun, and you don't have to pay for it, and you get listings. Bam! That is what I'm talking about. That is a great trifecta. Chris Stafford here, the founder of the Listing Collective, current agent right now in San Francisco for over 30 plus years. Let me tell you that the best way to do this is to volunteer. Volunteering yourself is a great way to get listings. And let me explain how we do this. Number one, you absolutely want to make sure that you're doing the right kind of volunteering. You want to be volunteering with organizations and with groups that actually are decision makers, that actually maybe even know high net worth individuals, people that are decision makers. I mean, picking up litter on the side of the road is probably not the best way to do it because, you know, maybe you're not going to really be meeting that many people. But sitting on boards of directors, sitting on committees for nonprofits, working your school board as part of helping them. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can actually work and volunteer with influential people. When I first started out, my God, I have been on board of directors, I have been on committees, I have done so much volunteer work, especially before I moved here to Panama. I mean, probably for over 30 years. I started the San Diego Hospice Corporation along with Mrs. Kroc, Ray Kroc's wife, who started McDonald's. That was an amazing experience. I also worked on the board of directors of the San Francisco Children's Abuse Center. That was amazing. I did a stint on the board of directors of the San Francisco Association of Visual Artists Against AIDS. That was amazing. I've been on a lot of committees. I've been on a lot of different organizations where I volunteered my time. And guess what it netted me? It made me the most amazing friends. It made me lifelong friendships that to this day, I still stay in touch with many of these people. And I have a blast meeting with them, helping them out. And it's just a great way to make amazing friends. And when you're on these kinds of organizations, and I can certainly help you, hit the link down below, let's jump on a call. I'd be more than happy to talk to you about the kinds of organizations in your community that you want to get involved with. But when you're making these kinds of friends, guess what you're doing? You're becoming very visible. You are becoming trustworthy, hopefully lovable, likable. And what does that translate to? Listings. Because you're going to make these friendships and people are going to see you out in the community and they're going to really start to know you, love you, and trust you, which means it's going to lead to referrals. I have received so many referrals over the years from acquaintances I've made through donating my time, through friendships, being on nonprofit boards and committees. And there are so many worthwhile organizations out there that you can really participate in and become invaluable to them so that you are their high profile agent. I know a lot of agents, they sit on realtor boards to get more exposure, but I think that it's, again, really super important that you want to make sure that you're involving yourself, number one, with agencies or with organizations that are near and dear to your heart. You should have a passion for what they're trying to do with the organization. But number two, they should be people that you really want to, that really have either the net worth or they associate with their friends who have high net worth so that you can get those amazing listing opportunities because they will come after you're working even just for a short while on a board. I remember working for the Child Abuse Prevention Center in San Francisco. I got a listing after being on the board for 1 month just because I was very vocal. I made myself really a part of the organization, and I met a couple people and became really close with one person in particular, and I got a listing from her. And it was just an amazing experience. Now, huge caveat, okay, when you're doing nonprofit work, and this is one thing that is super important, and that is you have to make sure that you know how to say no, okay? Because when you start involving yourself with these organizations and you become indispensable to them and you really do great work and you put the time in, guess what's going to happen? The ED or the executive director and other board members are going to want to get you more involved, okay? And I learned this the hard way when I was on one particular board of directors. And quite honestly, it was a pretty dysfunctional board of directors. But little by little, it's like the frogs in the water that's heating up. It's too late before they realize it's boiling and they can't get out. And that happened to me. And little by little, they kept asking me to do more and more and more. And the next thing you know, I was spending like 20 hours a week on this organization. 20 hours a week is a lot. And it started to affect my business, and it started to affect my personal life. And as much as I love this organization, they were just an amazing organization doing God's work. You have to set boundaries. You have to really, I think it's a good idea going in that you show them, tell them what your boundaries are, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do. And then just be aware that the better you are at this, the more they're going to want you to spend time with the organization. So that's my big caveat, okay? So be careful of that. But other than that, make friends with these people. Be super friendly. Give back to your community. Give back to the children, the community that really needs your work. Make sure that you're not like the frogs in the boiling water. Make sure that you set your boundaries and everything. But again, it's an amazing way for you to make friends and really develop long-term relationships and friendships with people that are going to give you listing referrals, which I'm still receiving to this day. And if you're doing God's work and getting listings, what's wrong with that? So if you want to talk more about this, hit the link down below. I'd love to jump on the phone with you and see how we can 2, 5, 10x your listing business today.